Greetings and welcome back, your Cormacker here. Let us
None shall stand in my way.
venture forth. Theodora has been attacked. We have survived the attack here. And she told us to move onwards to go to the officer's deck. Find the arch-militant.
I'll lay claim to the
And we
stars.
shall do that. Do we have any sorts of item on us? We do not know. We do not have any item on us. Only our pistol. That is fair.
I won't tolerate weakness.
And there is a lots and lots of fighting going on. I cannot pass here. There's a big crew attempt! Crew, to arms! For the Emperor! We captured the bridge! Oh, they've been exploded. This is not looking good, to be honest. Okay, that was the events basically to clear up the staircase over here. Victory mates. Onwards we move. Nice melter shot. Beautiful. Konrad Wonktvir. Let's out a sigh of relief upon seeing you. Thank Providence, you are alive and well. Always in time, huh, Konrad? The movement we've finished chasing the riffraff around the deck. You show up, always just after the fighting's done. You can set your chronobite. Konrad pointedly looks away from the arch-militants to you. Mort, pull yourself together. The arch-militant looks back at you. What? Did the old captain said you shivvy as long? Well, we're all done here. I'll report right away. Mort pulls his Vox from the belt, hurriedly reports the situation. Master of Whispers. What is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are or whom they serve? Reports. I have not yet received word from the Enganarium regarding any Gala field failures, but communications are already unstable half an hour ago. Now they have ceased altogether. Whether the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny. A mutiny against the Emperor's anointed? Execute the traitors, every last one of them. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Her expression changes as her eyes flash ominously. Theodora looks at Wonktvir. Edelthrat, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a great threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improved weapons. I tried to locate him, but the last thing I know about his movements is that he arrived translation deck 18. Blast it. Master Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlasse, the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain on my side. Arch-militant, with me, I must get to my study, and if it appears that we might encounter heretics along the way, Ivanov. She glances at you thoroughly. If I may, Lord Captain. Translation deck 18 is the heart of this disturbance, and our goal is to bring Ethelthard back. I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the house as the esteemed arch-militant. And taking into consideration Ethelthard's psychic powers... Everybody runs off. Then it's settled. Ivanov, find Ethelthard and return here in any state. This elevator, she points at the massive door, leads to the restricted compartments such as the personal chamber and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand? I hear and obey, Lord Captain. Then move out. More to come. Okay. Wow, there is a lot of stuff happening on the ship. Onwards. Void gives you a nod. Are you ready to head to 18? It's a long walk and you do not even have proper gear. I shall make do. Lead the way. Of course you will. He rummages in his pocket for something. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on her side. But that is no longer relevant. With a pop and a sharp crackle, something hits you in the abdomen, and you are consumed by unbearable gut-wrenching pain. Oh, he is the culprit behind it. I promise you a special destiny, Ivanov. It is time to fulfill it. What a bastard. What a nice twist in the storyline. The spy master turning against the owner of the ship. So we are waking up. Oh, we get a hit in the guts. From the whereabouts. Task failed. Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visits to the Warrant chamber. Warrant, the secret Imperial relic documents. And for that, I need him breathing. Voidsphere looks down at you. You're back with us. I see. Delightful. Voidsphere, you have two-faced scum. You are behind all this mayhem. How perceptive of you, Ivanov. I've help you with the next insights. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warrant chamber. This worship most hallowed vaults. There beyond these gates lies a relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The secret Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel. What is it, inbreed? Your blood's too thin for the Sentinel? On the contrary, the Wolf's blessing has raised me too much above your kinds, von Valancius. The Sentinel refuses to submit to me, but you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for? Why are you doing this? Why? Because I'm following an order. What is happening to the ship right now has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my master sent me for, the Warrant of Trade. I have no intention of helping you. I am afraid that you, even off Van Valences, have no choice in that matter. Workthrough produces a strange object, a blade without a handle that shimmers blue in the light. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that warp holds over mortals. Came to think of. I might even take some pleasure in doing so. To the void with you. The blade flashes in the dim light and drops of blood appear in your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous, your head is spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Find it with willpower. 70% chance. Get out! I am not your puppet. We failed. The voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence forcing you onto your feet and making you take a step towards the gates. You bastard. In a gateway arch, you see a conjugator with a human's likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created for a lobotomized human being. The sentinel turns his head to you, and one of his eye sockets lighting up with two amber-like irises. This is highly disgusting servitors. There's a very, very disturbing lore behind them. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to talk about that in the next episode. Look back. You forget something, Ivanov. I suggest you hurry. Look for anything that could be used as a weapon. You look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. Your search is in vain. Let's examine the device. You carefully inspect the design of the gate. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used as material for machine components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect that you are looking at the technological relic known as the Archaeotech. Incredibly rare and powerful technology from ancient age of humanity. The servitor on the gates begins to move. With the screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forwards closer to you. It lowers its jaw, opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than a jaw of a living human could. The servitor mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glints in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding a sacrifice. The voice that filled your head after Voigtvir's wounded wishes you to... No. Head after Voigtvir's wounded you with this blade did not go away. On the contrary, the source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Examine the sentinel. The servitor looked noticeably different from the ones you used to. Copper thread stitches in skin. The joints are replaced by metal hinges. It seems that the creator of the sentinel did everything so that the result of their work would serve much longer than the ordinary working automata. Place your hand on the sentinel's maw. The sentinel jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear a humming as the servitor motors start up and the pumps steer into motion. The vid screen of the conjugator flickers. Several long minutes pass, the sentinel's jaws remain closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gates, you could catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever. High levels of caustic humors. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance? You don't understand where this quiet voice is coming from, crackling like the static. Is it a sentinel? The conjugator? Is it the fragments of your very minds? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Who is this? You hear a voice again, and this time you realize that it's coming from the two speakers built into the sentinel's shoulder. Genetic code identified. Child of House Valentius. Do you require assistance? Yes, Sentinel. Traitors threaten my life and the safety of the warrant. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity coiled into your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm. Request accepted. Initiate defense protocol. Oh. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate for you. Well, there's still another way. And he teleports away. Wow. And such, the gate opens. The Warren Chamber has opened its door. Ooh, this is intense. I like it. Enormous gauge match the important things.
New challenge for me.
Let it be known that by my will and by true words, this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer. To be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to talk. Oh, that's way too fast. That is way too fast to read it all. I hope there is a log where I could catch up with it. The silver skull's creaking gradually turns into comprehensible words. Escort the child of a house to safety. I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora. Voxcast frequencies disrupt, initiating setup, establish connection. In place of the mechanical screeching, the service called Vox projects the voice of Theodora von Valancius, distorted and ridden with static, yet still recognizable beyond a doubt. Boxmaster, restore communication with the Navigator Sanctum. I'm trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and... Communication protocol breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection. I need a weapon. Mortally defenseless. Distance from the current location is the nearest arsenal, initiating situational calculations. What is this madness? Who are you and why do you address me? Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile units of the Warrant Sentinel standing by. Lead the way then. Middle upper desk assuming the probability of safe placement in the areas of concentrations of armed units calculating. The service call twitches and makes a few clicks. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the receive order of immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured. Okay. Still nothing from my side. Seal the warrant chamber. Find selflessly and lower not your bloodied arms. Ooh, Abelard. Essential Abelard Versarian has lost some of his former polish. His forehead is sweating and one of the sleeves on his coat is torn and soaked through with blood. Nonetheless, despite his heavy breathing, he stands firm and his gaze is demanding, albeit somewhat surprised. Master Ivanov, what? Whatever you're doing at the Warren Chamber, how did you... He surveys the carnage around him, his brow furrows, and places a hand on his weapon. Throne, preserve me! What is the meaning of this? Konrad Voigtvir is a traitor. When he parted ways on the office deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here. What? He intended to take revenge on Theodora for an old grudge and become the rogue trader himself. Oh, holy god, Emperor. Abelard clutches his forehead. He looks lost for a briefest of moments, but then quickly finds his resolve again. I presume he's the one responsible for the mutiny, and Master Ivanov, I wish to remind you that you are to refer the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora. Wojtyr openly admitted it, that he's the mastermind. Croc seeds, then it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal all passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive and safe. Master Ivanov? Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. Definitely not. Abelard examines you critically. You are in a bad way, Ivanov. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. Here. Hands over a weapon. I receive an axe, auto pistol, flak chestplate, and a med kit. We get our first equipment. Chest plates. Ooh, look at that. Auto pistol. And axe. Well, actually put that over there and put the pistol over there. There we go. Last pistol and axe at hand. Beautiful. And we're a little bit damaged. We are a little bit damaged. Oh, damn you, Wojtyr. Well, what will await us in our story moving forwards? You shall find out in the next episode. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time. And don't forget to claim your giveaway code hidden somewhere in the video. Make sure to let me know in the comments down below if you managed to find it. Until next time.